What's this thing? Gambe praise. We are live now. Okay. Um. Can you help me out with Can you actually help me out with sending the link of that thingy? Help me out. The link ya YouTube. Ngicela ungisendele le link ya YouTube. Okay, perfect. Let's go. 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 Today we're gonna have Faith. Can you send me the link to YouTube, Mr. Praise? Oh, I could actually do that myself, right? I don't know if I can. I believe I can, right? Are you live? Yeah, I'm also live on YouTube, but I'm gonna send you the thingy. How do I invite you as a guest here? I wanna invite you as the guest. Yeah, my dad. Invite kanjani umuntu kamela as a guest? Okay. How do I invite Faith on this live? Aibo. How do I invite Faith? Message. Hi. Faith, I can't see you as a live guest here. Wenza njani uthi umuntu akhona ukungena live? Guys, can you help? Oh, perfect. Perfect. No, things are not looking the way they're supposed to look.
Yeah, guys.
We have a problem.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, but in terms of the way things are structured,
Oh, it looks like it's a lot of people, and
yeah, that's my concern. That's my
fine, maybe.
Wait, let's start the live again, I guess.
Okay, cool.
Let's start the live again. Yeah, let's try to start the live again. Go live. Okay, so hi, how are you? Hope you're doing well. I hope you're doing well there via YouTube. I hope you're doing well. Today we are starting with our business model. Are we live yet? Yes, we are live. We are live. Okay. We're trying to get people to come through to our live so we can start. Today we are discussing something more interesting again. Okay, perfect. Okay, Faith is coming through, guys. Please wait for us. Please wait for us. Wait for us there by TikTok. Wait for us there by TikTok. Okay, we're perfect on YouTube. I don't know why can't I invite Faith? I have a problem. Hi. I have a problem with inviting Faith. I don't know what's happening. Are we friends, Faith? Maybe that might be the problem. Oh, your account is private, Faith. Your account is private. That's why we can't allow you to join. That's what they're saying. Account may be private. But guys, we've been talking about your account is private, Faith. So that is why it's hard for me to invite you on the live. Okay. Your account is private, Faith. That's why it's hard for us to invite you on the live. And welcome everyone. If because I don't know your names, guys. If you are there by YouTube, please type your name. Please type your name. Please type your name. I'm experiencing some difficulties with inviting. What's your name there by YouTube, so I can give you a YouTube shout out. A shout out on YouTube. Just write your name so I can know how I can give you the YouTube shout out. Apparently, Faith is private. So since Faith is private, it's kind of hard for us to invite her over. These lights are only mad. It's too much light. Too much light. Time is against us. Faith. Okay, Faith. Perfect. Invite Faith. Is that you, Faith? Perfect.
Hi guys.
Hi, Faith.
How are you?
We're doing well, and how are you?
I'm good. So when I asked to join Kanti, what did I join as? Because it looked like the same.
Apparently, like the view was not the same, so the view is now better compared to. So because remember,
I see.
yeah, we have to
I see.
screen record, not screen record, I mean save the live and then utilize this
Yes.
live. Can
No
you
problem.
can you share the TikTok link again on WhatsApp so we could start? Tell us more about you, Faith. Like you are trending
Yeah.
there by TikTok. Tell us more about you, Faith.
What about TikTok?
You are trending there by TikTok. Tell us more about yourself.
Ha ha ha.
What is your business
I've never
about?
been one to trend. So are you saying should I switch should I send you the link?
No, not the link. No, I already got the link. Don't worry.
But I know your platform is very safe. So
Uh-huh.
yeah. Is it a problem with you? I didn't put my face
No,
on
no,
my
no, no, no problem. No problem. Ngabe kuyangami nami ngabe ngiyadivala, hey.
Yeah, so yeah, a little bit about my brand called Love Yours by Faith. I started this brand out of the love for flower and farming, but also my love for flowers started in my grandparents' garden where they used to farm. You know, they used to, however small the garden was, they used to like farm imifino and flowers and other things around. So I guess being around that environment helped me a lot to kind of like realize, you know, that flowers are alive. You don't step on them. You know. And growing up, they've always been. I think for everybody, I don't think people are really conscious of how flowers are always such a big part of our lives and how we just love them. But there's this notion, especially in the Black communities, that we can't afford flowers. They're expensive it's just taboo. Why would you buy flowers? Because they're gonna die anyway, and that's not the purpose, right?
Yeah.
Um, flowers really, I guess, remind us the purpose of living. You know, it's that the seasons, and we go through the seasons, and as much as we live, we do die, and we live again. It's a continuing cycle, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and then that's where the story begins, and our vision is to just bring everyone who looks like us into a community of people who understand the gift of gifting, the everyday life of just like having flowers around you, farming as well in a larger scale,
Mm-hmm.
and just having certain things around us that bring out the best in our environments, and also psychologically proven, psychologically proven that flowers do increase our mood.
Mm.
So overall, it's not even about flowers. It's actually a bigger and larger, conversation just around us being othered, and the conversation around education of certain things. It's like, I think earlier on when we were speaking about fine art. A lot of people are like, "Oh, fine art is expensive. I can't buy art. I don't
Yeah,
have money for
yeah,
that."
yeah.
However, you can support that small artist that sells their painting for 500, and you can start there
Mm-hmm.
without even realizing and being highly intricate about it and thinking deep about it. So, yeah, that's who I am in a nutshell. I left my corporate job actually to start this business and focus on it full time. So, I think I made, the decision I made actually, let me be honest, I think it was the best in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was the best in my life because I I had this long sigh of relief after.
Yeah.
So, and I hope everyone that has opened a business, or anyone that's thinking of opening a business, really just like loves what they do. They really want to solve a problem, or they just really resonate with that business, and just never give up on it.
Ah, okay. All right, no problem. Like I understand what you're doing and where you're coming from with regards to what you're doing. I'm excited to have you tonight, and of course,
Okay.
from Sunday, the 1st of June, we started our 30 days business youth challenge, and that's in like youth business challenge in a way. Sorry, and what we basically trying to do is we are trying to ensure that after these 30 days, people could just watch or rewatch some of this live TikTok videos and whatnot that we're doing right now, and then they could implement them in their businesses. So on Sunday or the 1st of June, we got to speak about an elevator pitch. We spoke about the fact that you need to know your story before you go out. You gotta know your story in and out. In case you meet a potential investor, that potential investor would want to invest in your business because you already know your story, like you know your story in and out. And then, of course, yesterday we look at the aspect of product and service development, whereby we were now discussing this basic aspect of constantly developing your product or your service, because we are also developing as humans, even technology is developing. So you can't remain in one point or in one particular ngathini, a stage when it comes to developing your product or your service. I was also thinking about my in but in my fate in my fate cook my fate, how they are not undergoing developments, they are constantly the same. It's like Mafeti at 2009, the Mafeti at 2029 apparently will still look the same. Mafeti at 2025, the Mafeti at 2005, they're still the same. And I believe there's someone, can you mute on your side because there's an echo this side? All right, perfect.
Oh.
All right, perfect. So And then in terms of even my faith, tholakala ukuthi when it comes to their development, they're still the same. So the product is still the same. So what we're trying to do with regards to what we did yesterday was to ensure that we now get to a point whereby we develop our product or services to a point whereby stage two becomes implemented, which is us developing our services and our products because we've implemented a solid elevator pitch in case I get to meet an investor or a potential buyer, a client, or someone that will want to work with me in the future. So that is what we got to speak about yesterday. And today, of course, we have Love Yours by Faith. And we are just going to be talking about business modeling, why it's important to constantly fix even your business model in order for customers to actually come to you for you to also attract customers instead of always chasing, because at the end of the day it's about us building quality businesses that even if we don't advertise them, other people are going to advertise these different products and services that we're offering. It's important for us to look at the model. Is this model currently fitting us? Because remember, we were moving from a time whereby besnema kawash, like whereby every Sunday time out ohamba aye kawash ohlala washisa imoto, but now apparently we have my mobile car wash whereby people are now coming to your place to actually wash your cars. Hence, that's why we have mobile barber shops, and we can't stay the same. Business has to change in terms of its modeling. I think I've even mentioned even yesterday. Yesterday, our pens were only possibilities are they were not like this, but tomorrow they'll have another form. So in terms of product development, it's us trying to find ways to implement all these things to a point whereby it becomes easier for people to use those things. And then of course today the reason why I want us to touch this aspect of business modeling is because I believe Faith has a business that I know that it could actually show us what exactly is business modeling. Faith, do you have anything to share so far with regards to business modeling? Because like I said, like the development side of things got to a point whereby we no longer just have car wash, but we have mobile car washes whereby they've developed your B2B, B2C, business to business, business to customers. We have laundry now whereby you don't even have to go to the laundry anymore. The person that is responsible to come and collect and deliver back your laundry, you could just have that person coming through and delivering. And then we also touched about the aspect of like mobile kitchens, because I heard another I think I got another DM on LinkedIn. Yeah, I think on LinkedIn, whereby they were asking, would see what can someone do with regards to a mobile kitchen, and I was asking them what's the type of business model that they are operating. Is it a B2B or B2C? Do they go to corporates or they just sell in the street and people just come? So I want to hear from your side, Faith. What is the business model that you're using? And if you're using it B2B, like who are you focusing on? And if you're using it B2C, who are you focusing on?
Thanks, man. I like that. So I guess with my business model personally, I had to look at so many things. It started as a big idea, like everybody starts with their business as a big idea. I'll say a big idea in a sense that I'll say I want to have a cleaning company, but I don't have the business model and strategy for that. What does that mean? What does that look like? That looks like getting people to help me. That looks like going to source out the cheapest detergent. That looks like understanding how much that costs me. That looks like understanding how long it takes for me to do all those things or to source, come back. And so that's fundamentally a business model that I had to learn about and try to also just implement, currently implementing, and forever, it's forever changing. Your business model 6 months ago, it's not going to be a business model 6 months later because you're
Exactly.
scaling, right? We are looking to scale. We are not looking into being in the same place, and we are not looking into being in the same space as we were the previous year. So when we talk about pitching and all these things, we are talking about businesses that are in the business of scaling, puzzle shops, you'll see puzzle shops. This puzzle shop has been there for X amount of years, let's say 10 years. It's been selling knickknacks for R1. It's been selling business that keeps on sustaining itself there. There's no scaling, quite like, what can I put it? There's no means of scale, not means of scaling, but however the conversation and even the thought of, let me scale this, let me try to get Doritos for the other people who want them, let me try to, some shops don't even bother, So I guess it's one of those things, where are you within the business and where do you want to go? That's how the business model is formed. We are no near perfect with my business. It's been a roller coaster, but I can sit here and say right now where we are, it's we understand where we are going, how it's looking like, forming the team and having the right people. And I guess like with every business person, one thing that you need to know is try to get a mentor as much as possible, someone who's run a business, someone who's been in business for a long time, even if it's just reaching out on LinkedIn to potential people that you really look up to and you'd like to learn more from, you'd like to engage with, from. And this comes from a tried and proven, advice, where you need to be where you want to see your business at. When we talk about how did I decide on my business model, rather, and my business strategy, as I said, it started as a big idea. However, I understood that I need to shrink it and shrink it and shrink it, and go to the market, go to the people. As much as I know my people, I know my market, I go there. Also go to the funders, go to the right conversations, have coffee in the right coffee shop, be in proximity with the people that you want to see yourself at, be at a webinar, seminar. Try to invest in your education as far as understanding how funding works, how, try that. Because buying a ticket for a seminar or webinar, it's really much more valuable than you going to Magubenjalo or Konga or to any other nightclub or a Shisanyama there is, So I try to have relationships or go to spaces or consume things that are as equivalent as reading a book. So is this information valuable? Am I going to take this somewhere? Is this person taking me somewhere? Do they seem like someone in future, even though I am not currently within, let's say, supply chain, or let's say in a logistics, or, I'm not there yet. However, I know my plan, my business model. So I need to have these relationships for the 5 years later that I'm going to be scaling, and the way that I'm going to be scaling. So yeah, so my business model is not my business plan. That's another thing.
Yeah.
People need to understand that you have a business plan, and the business plan that you have, sometimes you might not live outside of that plan. You might just have a business plan. You can't scale, you can't do anything because you're not willing to put a magnifier on that business plan and look at the most deepest parts about it, deepest parts of it. Let's say you need a certain skill, within the business, your plan won't work without having a certified plumber or someone who just knows plumbing. And, then you feel like you're stuck. Like most of us, we have those moments where we are always stuck as business people. We are ready to quit until we remember why we are doing it. We are always so ready to quit. So it's really nice to look to have someone that really brings you back, who has expertise, who will show you. But also, I mean, my point wanted to be, let's source out the skills. If I don't have money, if I can't hire an admin person, I can't hire a plumber, let me ask my friend whose dad has been fixing, and doing plumbing for years, if they can help me for this, and then we barter in some way. Let's barter skills. Maybe I can consult. Let me consult on your behalf for your small business. In return, you can fix my plumbing issues. I can help you open up a business and create a business plan for you if you can help me, fix my books, my textbooks are a mess, or if you know someone. So I think the bartering skill is really important because it helps us understand that we don't have to use this I don't have money and sort of looking like an excuse type of thing. However, let's use our brains. We need to work smart. We need to do things smart. And also just trying to find a way of how do we implement this business model and how does it look like every day? Does it look like you talking about it, or does it look like you doing something about it? If somebody says I can't help you, they told you you can't, but you've tried. Trying is the best. I think that's where I could end it with that.
Like I should like while as you busy sharing, right, and talking, I got to write something here. With regards to like locations and the type of locations that you get to spend your time at, especially when it comes to you just saying this, it's now I mean, that's in coming across my mind also. Wow, maybe there is the possibility that there are business models that can only occur based upon the location that you're at, or even the people that you get to connect with. So meaning that there's that possibility that your business could actually scale much faster based upon the people that you know, not necessarily because you have many clients or many customers. Just you knowing the relevant people could come to you, could be actually your advantage, because now it means that you have people that could actually endorse your business to where you want your business to actually head to. So I just wrote that. I believe I'm gonna implement that. I would say I have to get people who are actually higher than me, not because what's in
Look,
yeah.
I'm sorry to cut you. So they don't have to be higher than you.
Uh-huh.
As someone can basically be lower than you in any level. It's not even about where they are in the level. The question is, do they have the skill that I need?
Oh
Do
yeah.
they, can I, yes, that's the question. We need to be able to also learn how to ask the right questions, because someone, you can say, okay, now I'm a CEO, I don't need them. But then you don't actually know that you don't need them. My mom used to actually say to me, my darling, you will always need someone, whether they are small to you, whether it's a cleaner, whether you don't know who they know. You might be surprised that the cleaner's son is the policeman that arrested you while you were, like I'm just making an example.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
nobody is beneath you, or above you. Nobody is really above you. And if we actually think like that, it becomes the problem of how and why we don't get the things that we want, or we can source the things that we want around us, because we are not asking the right questions within ourselves, and we don't even see the people that are going to help us. So mama wako at home, your mom is the one that can actually, do the printing on the t-shirts and iron them because she's good with the
Come
iron.
on.
She's been good with it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I wanted to make that point. So yeah.
Wow, wow. Meaning that, so with regards to that particular business model, let's just say for the printing company that you just mentioned, right? So there could be that possibility that I just open my printing company instead of saying, yo, I have a business plan that needs 100,000. You could just utilize some of the people within your family. You know what, mommy, can you please iron the shirts for me or iron this thing for me? Because this is what I'll be using for 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I believe you actually saying something that most people tend to undermine, that they have this mindset that I need all of this, whereas they already have all of those things. The problem is sometimes you can't even ask because, yo, can you actually help me out with this basic thing in terms of wrapping the flowers gahle, in order for me to present it to some, because let's just say you have like an order that is over, let's just say 10,000. I believe with regards to let's say dressing the flowers and all of that, some of those things you don't even, you don't really need to say, yo, I don't have too many people, probably your friends. You could just ask them, girls, you know what, I have so much orders, can you help me out in order for me to bake this cake or whatsoever, to do the service delivery the way I want it to be done, or like the products needs to go to this particular place. Ask your friend, can you actually deliver these things, because I'll be heading to this particular funeral which I need to actually be the person that decorates it in terms of flowers and whatnot. Yo, I can't make it to that wedding, can you actually help me out with delivering this and that? I understand that. So meaning that at that stage, it means that that business model does not necessarily need a lot of people that are gonna work within the business. Just like asking people nje ukuthi bakuncede there and there.
Yeah, and it's funny enough. I'm glad that we having this conversation and we are nearing closer to my point that I want to touch, which is like the most important subject currently right now. And I think for the next 10 to I guess 50 years is going to be a very big topic. You don't have to get a human being to help you. You don't get to have to get someone to help you. You can actually have certain tools that help you on your day to day. As I've said, maybe you need a bookkeeper. There's an AI for that. Like, let's try to get to use artificial intelligence as much as possible within our businesses to help us grow, know our businesses, and scale, because this is going to be a very crucial and fundamental skill and incorporation in our everyday lives and businesses in the next coming years. More so in the next year, more so in the next 10 years, business are going to be AI driven. So even though your business will, that your business needs people like farming, and some of us are, small scale farmers. Some of us are, we need to have, a human being create and make this thing that we want. I can't ask a robot to wrap my bouquets. I don't think I don't think I'd want to also, because it takes away the human connection and then my brand storytelling and the essence of creating this one bouquet with every love that I've got. So for me, it's about understanding, as I said before, understanding your business model. However, AI is really big. It's undeniable. You can't say you can't use it because it's very small, and right now it's at a smaller scale and it's very easy to use. And I guess a lot of businesses start by AI. Right now, businesses, more than 40% of businesses that have been started in the past 2 years have been started because of AI and from AI and creating and from AI agents and this whole entire thing. So you don't have to know so many things or know how to operate a vast large of software or whatever. Just go to AI. AI must be your new Google, ChatGPT, Copilot. Look, I'm really hoping to hear a lot of people talking about their tools. Please, like, share, guys, which two tools are you using for your businesses? What is helping you? That is, a software, whatever it is. Maybe it's a software, AI. I'd really like to know, and let's have other people within maybe the comments or people who just like to scale and where their businesses are benefiting, from AI. Because I know I have certain tools that are helping me with AI, like Napkin. People don't know what Napkin is. I ideate there. I create my ideas on Napkin. I use, I do use ChatGPT, not so much, but Perplexity. I use Claude, for bookkeeping and other intricate stuff like some coding, for whatever it is, little code or understanding something. So, and market research, Claude is good with market research. So try to minimize cost as much as possible, because also AI can help you minimize cost and also see where you're not scaling. You can just ask it, okay, this has been happening. I've been making this much money. I started this business at this, and it'll tell you exactly why you're not scaling and where you can scale and so forth. So it necessarily doesn't have to be a human being that's helping you. And AI can do a better job probably than most human beings, because it is reliable. It's there. I can say I can help you with the project, and then nyamalale for 1 hour, and you just like panicking and you
Yeah.
need me. So and nyamalala, because I also had my own things. It has nothing to do with you. However, it's the reliability check that we are having. What is good for your business and how reliable is it? Whether it's someone or something, is it reliable, and is it something that's worth chatting about and taking notice of in your business?
I have a question, and
Okay, shoot,
can
shoot.
you type the question on the chat? The question is, how do I create, deliver, and capture value for my clients slash customers?
Okay.
So this question, I want to direct it to you. How do you what do you believe could be like the basic thing that could be done for people to create value, deliver value, capture, like in terms of the value for their clients and customers? Because I believe that from what you just shared, I'm looking at that aspect of EAI, and it could also help us in our businesses, like you've mentioned. And I believe with Nati, if we are to utilize AI in our businesses, there could be that I think there could be that usage. Would see we get to learn more about it in order for us to use it. I think I made a post. Uti, it's only useless if you don't know how to use it. There's nothing that you can consider, I would say, it's useless. It is only useless because you don't know how to use it. That's the reason why you believe that thing is useless. It's not necessarily useless, it's because you don't know how to use it. So I also believe that with that, um, there could be that possibility that people be like, okay, they're talking about AI. Like, how do I get to even use AI in my business and all of that? So I want you just to touch that aspect to say, like, even with AI being here right now, how do we constantly create, deliver, and capture value for our clients in order for us to become those that are different from our competitors in our businesses?
Look, let me start by saying that is an amazing question. That is such a good question, because um, it's one of the core and fundamentals of how a business runs and why it's successful. That's where you get your why, you know. Um, first, firstly, by creating value. How do we create value? It's just by understanding the needs. You know, you need to understand the needs of of your clients, your customers. Firstly, understand them deeply. We don't just sell flowers, us. We provide moments, we provide memories, we provide expressions of love and of support. So it's a whole entire package of emotions, delivery, jobs, memories, expressions, love, you know, all intertwined. And we listen to what they truly need, you know, whatever it is in a specific occasion or a desire in their home, or a way to show someone they care, you know. So it's understanding the client's needs. That's how you start to create the value. You can't create any value if you don't know what a person values. Do you understand? That's very key. Understand what your client values, and is value not in the human connection? Very much so. Value is in the human connection. You know, I love that comment because when we take notice of the human connection, that provides value. You're just saying to the person, you're valuable and I see your value and everything is valuable. Let's just do everything that's valuable. If you don't get the value of something, you'll just create a bunch that doesn't have, you know, that feel. I buy my flowers in the same farm as Woolworths buy their flowers. You know, I buy them at the same farm. But my bouquets, anyone that has bought my bouquets, I don't know if they can tell you if they found a bouquet that looks like mine at Woolworths. You know, so it's a different scenario where you need to put in the human element to it, the human connection to it. That's how you understand the need. That's how you create value, by understanding the needs, and then crafting a unique offering. You know, as I've said, like based on these insights, we create value by offering not just beautiful arrangements, but meaningful experiences or connections. I was also saying, from, you know, our collaborations, the support of the community, the affordable prices, everyone can experience joy because of we are crafting a unique offering. What are you offering? Is it unique? How unique is it? And do people see that it's unique? Do people feel that it's unique? And did they say that? Because also listen to them when they say, "Oh my gosh, I haven't, you know, I got best value for my money and whatever." Listen to those things. Listen to those conversations, because they are telling you something, that you're offering a service, not a service more than, you know, you're offering a good service with less price. No, but just listen to that. It's a great service. Then work around maybe trying to price well if you can price, getting to the right customer if you get into the wrong customer. They like it, they can't afford it, they like it, they can't buy. They're saying they're not coming to buy, they're not coming. What is the retention rate there, and why is there a stagnancy in the retention rate? Innovation and creativity. That goes, for me, it's my selling point, my unique selling point. I'm innovative, I'm creative, I'm always looking for ways to innovate. That is why I had this big business plan that I had to shrink, because I had to look at ways of innovating the business by growing it from a smaller scale, by understanding that if I'm saying I want to scale like this, let me go and sell the flowers at the corner. I went and sold flowers at funeral, what is this? Emmanuel,
Okay,
I
okay.
went to sell them Emmanuel and stand by the side and park there, look for shade and do all of that. So I know when I'm sending someone there to go park, I go there, leave them there, come and fetch them. I know what had happened because I've proven and tested it myself. So I'm speaking about something that I've done. I'm hiring people now because I know I've worked the ground. So groundwork is important for a business, for any business. And yeah, it's just being cognizant and continuously just being innovative, experimenting with new things, whether it's experimenting with new arrangements, new partnerships. Maybe I partner with Engine Garage to have my flowers there. I partner with the coffee shop like I do right now, partnering with the coffee shop. I had to look at other ways to scale, look at other ways to get my flowers elsewhere, get a bloom bar, get it at a coffee shop. I know people who buy coffee would like, love flowers because they can buy a coffee for like 30 something rand, and they don't have a problem with it or 40 rand. And yeah, and just like we need to always strive to deliver value, I guess. Value is important. People leave, I've seen a lot of black businesses. You buy from that person, they are sloppy with your money, they're disrespectful after you pay them, they give you a shitty service, sorry about the language, but it's true. So we need to be very much cognizant with our service delivery. What you were saying about service delivery, what you were speaking about earlier on in a couple of days, that's a very most important thing. How you treat your customer, they will tell you if they want to eat at your place or not, or come at your store or not, how you make them feel. Sometimes they're not even buying. How you treat them, because they're not even buying, you can't just look at them like
Yeah.
yeah, it's the service you get at Discam and the service you get at Clicks is different. At Discam, they make sure that you get whatever that you want to shop for. They help you. At Clicks, they can be talking about their own things. With your Isola, show me they move somewhere, and then you try to talk to them. They are just like,
they're mad at
tired,
you.
man. They're just standing. They're tired. And it's in the morning. Like, look alive. So I guess customer service and delivering that is really important. And a seamless experience is very important for customers because we focus on a seamless customer journey from, us getting you to choose the flowers, telling you what's in season, asking you, maybe you can create your own bouquet. Don't you want to design it? Then I'll wrap it for you. That for me is the most important. Having you to add your personal touch to every order, handwritten notes, important special memorable moments and interactions are very important. That's your personal touch and exceptional customer service experience. I guess we can go on about these aspects of how do I create and deliver and capture the value of my clients. Yeah.
Wow. I'm impressed. I'm really impressed because that automatically it shows that you have worked out your business model. So like you already know that this is how I create, because I heard you talking about the aspect of what's in going to Mangwabeni at the funerals, and you get
Yes.
to that alone, it's you
Being
creating
on the
value.
ground.
You are building a story around what you're doing, like it's love yours by Faith. Like this Faith, I have one problem with you. You're not posting on TikTok.
Okay, so let me tell you, after you were done, because I've been cutting you long and being my food, I wanted to say as much as my business is I'm not going to say, oh, we are doing so well, but I do have monthly customers, money that's flowing, meaning that there's something that I'm doing right within my personal network, within my Instagram, within my people that refer me. However, I am still dealing with the social media aspect of it, where I understand that I now am the one that needs to get someone to help me with social media because I'm not good with it. I've never been one to be a person in social media. So some people would not take my advice. A friend of mine has said before at you. She used to she was like to me, I used to give people advice. Would be, no man, why are you renting? Buy a house, but I didn't have a house. Now that I have a house, people do take my advice, but when I didn't have a house, they didn't. So it's that type of a thing where people can't say to me, maybe on the live currently, yes, the people that see my work on WhatsApp, on Instagram, people who've known me, personal network, I do have like 1,000 something followers on Instagram, and it's just, yeah, my personal following, it's just friends and who just get to support and do all of those things. But I'm gonna post every day. How do you guys please tell me, how do you post?
No,
How do you get into TikTok? How do you do it?
the thing is, I did check on your other platforms and your website. I was like, wow, like okay. And I went to your TikTok. I was like, why can't I find Love Yours by Faith, like in terms of the content? But I understand, and I believe that you could first study the concept that they use like with TikTok, because TikTok it's not like your Instagram. And
Yes.
I believe that since you're good with Instagram, then TikTok will be much easier, because TikTok it's more chilled. It's like
I'm not
come
even good with Instagram. I guess the network that follows me is people
oh
who know me. It's always been like that with me. I've never been someone who's been a social media person. I can do it all. I can literally do everything but social media.
yeah.
And I guess I have this dilemma of bathini ngesiswati ngithanda kubukwa. Angithanda
Angithandi
ukubukwa.
kubukwa.
So yeah, so now when you run a business, it's actually the other way around. You have to be out there. You have to
Eish.
put yourself out there. Like as you said when we started, you don't want to be on the street screen, but you have to.
I have to.
Sometimes you're like, I don't want to show myself, guys. Putting the haircut, and I'm putting the smile.
Come on.
So what now? But
Yeah.
I guess it's one of those conversations that are ongoing with some people who are like me, and I think this conversation is giving me more light, and that I need to just get out of the fear, just post, get out of the fear, just post. Another thing is that there's a way I want to do this because I'm a perfectionist. I think, guys, can we please talk about this? I hope this is recorded because here's the problem with perfectionism. When you want things to be perfect, you say, I want that post to be perfect. I can't post on Instagram, on TikTok. You'll never post. You end up like Faith, who's supposed to be having let's say 20 clients a week. She only has 5 because she doesn't post. So get out of the fear. Perfectionism is a disease. Let's get out of the fear of perfectionism and start getting our stuff out there, posting, and getting our work out there until it looks like how we want it to. I know I've just said, that's another thing, like, and I could preach about this and how business works. However, there's still a certain part of me where I'm lacking because personally I have to make certain decisions for the business, and that's another thing. You are not your business. Your businesses are you, but if you are running that business, there are going to be elements of you in there that are going to make the business scale or not. So my personal elements are making me not to scale in the way that I want to because of my personal whatever it is. And in fact, there's no fear about anything. It's just, being consistent. Be consistent with the social media. It just wants you to do that. And and also like some of us come from an era where like social media into zaman. We are not people who are always like trying to be on our phones to be seen, to be out there, but our businesses want those type of people. So It's now or never, and AI has been helping a lot with that. A lot of businesses have been scaling and growing and doing amazing on social media because of AI. There's all these tools that we can utilize, and yeah, that's about it.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. Anyone with the question before what's in we slides that's Otsi? Anyone with the question? Anyone with a question before anyone on the comment that wants to say something? Because the time that we are living in terms of what's this thing, but in online presence should be part and parcel of your like part of your modeling, how you get to have a distribution channel, that this is how I'm going to distribute my products, my advertising, my promotions. Look at the months, I believe. Even you, Faith, with regards to your Valentine, you have a concept of building up your Valentine with regards to the type of people that you connect with, with regards to different seasons like your springs, so I believe there are things that you are currently implementing in your business in order for you to continue to be relevant, because if you lose the relevancy of things, it's gonna be hard to sustain and what's in and remain in business. Hence, that's why, like I said yesterday, we got businesses like Nike, like the brands like Nike. They are now working with Apple, and they have all these watches with small gijima, connect track, like they're trying to remain relevant. They have New Balance. It's the same shoes. Why are they calling it New Balance? Why? They're trying to remain relevant. So there's a lot of things that we have to constantly implement. Okay, with this month I'm implementing this because it's workers in workers days coming,
Oh,
and all of that. Yeah.
sorry about that. And that's a branding perspective. I have a friend of mine. He loves branding work. Shout out to him. Like, he does amazing, like copy, branding, skills, everything. And he has like all the equipment that has to do with, making t-shirts, printing, branding, and yeah, designing and all those aspects. So, but there's more to it than just the physical aspects of branding. There's that you've just mentioned, which it ties very well to a business model and strategy.
Ladies and gentlemen, since you don't have any questions, thank you so
Yeah,
much. Faith, thank you so much. I think my
it's a
book
pleasure.
my book is full now. Like, I've been writing some of the things you've been mentioning here, and I'm impressed. There's something I'm also gonna do with the poster. I'm gonna do a poster with all the. Can you send me what's this thingy? The tools that you're using, AI. Then I'm gonna do a
Yes,
poster, yeah, AI tools that you could use as the startup funder for a business. Then we'll post
yes.
it. Yeah.
No problem. I will do that. I'd be so happy and glad to share my tools and softwares that I use, especially free ones. Guys, let's not share tools that are not free. Asna Manyama subscription. We only use
Yeah.
free tools. So yeah, I'll definitely do that. Thank you so much for having me. It was so much fun. I wish I could do this again. I really enjoyed having this conversation, and yeah, and I keep doing having these conversations, helping small businesses and helping people like us, to scale and see the gaps that we need to bridge.
Wow. I'm grateful for you, Faith. I've like literally since they've been talking about you, I was like, Faith, which is who's Faith? And they like
Who was
that.
talking about me?
There's another guy that I work with. I call him the but in Ghost Gentleman. But yeah, he was like,
Hmm.
no, you gotta have faith. they're saying that we gotta, hey, what's in like they're detecting 1, 2, 3, what's going on? But because of time,
Uyazi mabangibona mina
bayadetect, like why? Kanwenzani, Faith?
No, I'm always having important conversations, so they want to censor them. I did say even the last time.
Let's say
Makhuluma ngemali bayasensara.
I got a screenshot that.
Isingihambe before bakuphucela isinkwa.
Yeah, hey, Yazin, sharp.
Ngiyabonga.
Bye, guys. We're ending the life, and we're ending the life. We're ending the life, and we're ending the life. We're ending the life, and we're ending the life. 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 Ending. Ending the life. Sharpin guys. How do we end the life, Leah? And the life, and the life.